Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Once again, I'm Nev from NevStackBits, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Hack the planet. And don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet. Coming from the internet, I love information. I love free information. And I love, love, love old information. And art. Man, I gotta say, when it comes to technology, there's a lot of useless technology, but when it comes to popular mechanics technology, this is stuff you will actually use. And a lot of the time it actually works. Another thing I want to touch on is the retro-futurism in the cover. I love the retro-futurism. You can see as time goes on, it only gets better. Then again, my issues stop in about 1990. But this 80s retro-futurism, I absolutely love. The person who did it was somewhat mechanically inclined. He had an idea of what was going on and what would happen mechanically. But let's face it, if you get to certain theory, the guy standing up there, the wind would be blowing that back. He'd be like, ugh, but this is an idealism, a perfect idealism, which is wonderful. You don't think about any of that stuff. You're just interested in the story. I'm sorry, I might be hanging on this cover too long, but I really have to appreciate the art. This is definitely one place where art is practically used to show a situation. And I don't think you could have made this cover better with artificial intelligence or even a real photograph. I think this speaks for itself. I'm sorry, I gotta get on with the book, but I just love the retrofuturism. Of course, addiction is the name of the game and a great way that men could recover from dealing with reality. Put it in your coffee, eh? At a certain point, it kind of becomes alcoholism. And also cigarettes. Now, all these things would both kill us. I gotta say, the men in these images came from a different time. And hey, if they want to kick back with a cigarette and a drink over coffee, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything as long as they're not driving. Actually, I guess riding a horse is driving under the influence. There was a dude that was drunk uptown in my village, and I think this was in the 80s, actually. He was drunk uptown, riding around with a horse. The cops came after him, but the guy enlisted before he could get arrested, so he couldn't get arrested, basically. Anyways, I love the Winnebago. Look at this. I mean, as soon as I see this, I immediately smell mouse urine because from the time I'm at, if you see a Winnebago like this, unless it's in a freaking showroom, those mice have got to it. It doesn't matter how clean you keep your house, how clean you keep your, unless you have this thing like inside and you're in a really nice neighborhood, the mice are going to get it. My computer guy, Eli the computer guy, has a wonderful channel. He's a realist. Oh, I love this advertisement. Sorry, I have to. Once every white man is done in church, he steps out, and for a moment, life hits him like a pack of Salem, and immediately he is transported to white person heaven, where he is the only one looking out all over his land. That's right. Salem's for white people. Yeah. Anyways, my computer guy had a Prius that got chewed from the inside out. It was a write-off, and insurance just wrote it off because the whole thing was chewed inside out by mice just because he left it in his barn. J.C. Penney doing it right. I thought they sold clothes. I guess they're like Sears, right? Well, going to J.C. Penney to get the newest workwear. Let's pick up a 4-year battery. The Rancho Relaxo dress boot. Nobody uses these things anymore. But right over here, I love getting into it. Everyone has been into miniatures. It's interesting to go to inner space and just paint that thing up. Super hyper focus on something small. Once again, lots of advertisements about Heth kits, where you could send off and get these wonderful kits and learn how to repair them, upkeep them, and all that fun stuff. These days, we'd rather leave that to the Chinese and just throw things out and have them build us something new. I wish I was kidding. This is a 79 Ford Pinto. I love these things, But weren't one of the cars from the 70s that, so I hear that the engine was good and the struts were good, like everything on paper was good, but for some reason, with the way it moved together in harmony, they kind of shook themselves apart, or they weren't actually all that good for this, that, or the other reason. I'm not casting shade at any of the manufacturers in the 70s, but what I'm trying to do is focus on how sometimes it's a pain in the arse. So you go in a certain direction and you think everything's going to work, and then some damn fool thing messes with you. I remember there was a time when something in the neon would get destroyed because if it was in Canada, there was something extra they'd put in the blend. Damn, must just be such a pain in the ass to manufacture and build things sometimes. 11 new snap cameras. This right here is the best part of any popular mechanics. Normally it's further in the back, but the little thing. So many people have stories about this stuff. I can tell you some of the stories that people have told me before. These carbon cannons don't actually shoot anything, but they sound really great. Electric lie and love detector. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Registers emotions. Hey, we're gonna figure out the body thetans. That's like an e-reader for Scientologists. That's where it came from. Sports glasses were a really big thing to boomers. The market is flooded with old binoculars. Secret safe, good at any age. A giant balloon. What's that guy? Is that guy shooting the balloon? Does he have a gun? What's going on there? Cordless electric desk fan. The bag of laughs had a little recorder that would laugh. What else we got here? The hovercraft. Yes. One thing I don't like that I'm not seeing. One thing I like that I'm not seeing here is jet engine. I am so glad that I never have to worry about these kinds of cameras, though they were excellent back in the day, and I respect them seeing them on the shelf. I don't appreciate how difficult it was to take a picture with some of these and have it developed. Oh wow, 13 tapes or records for just $1. Look at that happy whammons. That's the first time I've seen them advertise a reel-to-reel tape. Wow. This Winston Lights guy hits me like a real Brokeback Mountain way. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just, what's going on here? How is this advertising to the everyman? Is he supposed to, like, how? I don't get it. This man is cute. Is he advertising these to women? What? So I just want to pass something by some of the older folks. So I think we can all agree that in these advertisements, all of the men are at their best. They look their best, but I wouldn't expect them to be expected to look this good looking. I almost wonder maybe the advertisement industry had flamboyant individuals within it. Now, I'm not trying to cast shade. I mean, I keep different types of magazines around and I go through them just to get an idea of society. So here we have a woman's magazine full of images of women, all of them being very attractive. Women pulling this from the magazines and be like, yeah, men are giving us this idea of how we have to be, when they themselves, when you get into their magazines, their vanity magazines, it's them putting their own pressures on themselves. So I get this. This is vanity. I don't get this. Every now and then I think masculinity has been taken from us by social justice warriors and stuff like this. And then I have a look at this and I'm like, yeah, so I know what they're pulling for, but at the same time, a lot of these guys look like, I mean, perhaps the advertisers they didn't want anything to be dirty because that would associate maybe dirt and uncleanness with their product, but could removing dirt from an advertisement be the first step to removing masculinity? I'm telling you, every now and then, I'll see certain things, certain guys that give me strong vibes that make me question my sexuality, and when I was younger, this would definitely be the type, and what's up with that? Why is this in popular mechanics? More importantly, where can I get a Winston cigarette? Rear projection. From the rear. For her pleasure. Optional video cassette recorder. I wonder how clear or not clear that would have been. 1979 TV technology at its finest, Bobby, I tell you what. Check it out, guys. It's the Brute Force Candy Van. Free Candy Van. That's right. Now free Candy Van in blue. When you own your hotel, you can stay anywhere you want. That's right. Hotel, more like a 90s kid's new home. Rolling bombs that ride our rails. Let's get them onto the highways instead. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, you don't want to be in there, right? The hottest thing on wheels. Legitimately, I think all men should pay a little man fee to make sure that the men in the city have the option to come out to the back roads and get a nice truck and respectably do some mudding. Get a little mud on the tires. This is many a driver's nightmare. The whiteout. Winter's worst super highway nightmare. No, thank you. Holy fur, guys. Check it out. Liquid Crystal's key to TV that's as thin as a wristwatch. That's right. We're getting into LEDs, my guys. Wow. I always wanted one of those. They had LEDs in the 70s. Oh, of course, it would have been Japan's form. My array of liquid crystals. Damn. And yeah, it's mundane as hell, but also the fact that they give you all of the schematics is freaking awesome. It's sexy. As a tech guy, it's just ultimately sexy. Thank you, Popular Mechanics. Now, here looks like a guy that knows what's up. And that Whammon's over there is like, oh, is he smoking a Joe? Maybe I should hang out with him. Smoke cigarettes. It'll get you women. Maybe I should try smoking Camels, because Camels get you women. The Cutaway. Frickin' love it. I frickin' love it. Oh, I frickin' love it. I found a word that I don't understand, and now I'm going to be an idiot and try to pronounce it. A commuator. Commuator. It turns people into commies. Commuator. Not a communicator. Commutator. No, commutator. Do I sound stupid yet? I mean, more stupider than normal. Come on. Remember back in the day when having information and knowing information didn't make you uncool? We need to do more cutaways. Cutaways are freaking great. The motor repair manual. Those were a big deal for oldies and oldie cars because it gave you actually a picture of what you were dealing with. Original World War helmets because some reason you had a fascination with them. Oh, miniature machine shop. I want one. That's an interesting guitar tuner. So here's another one. I guess this ad's supposed to be like, this is a cool individual that you would respect, and this is his opinion on it, and because of that, you should also consider sharing this opinion if you respect this individual. Hey, Bob, you want me to slow the train down so you can go down there and fix a thing or maybe even stop it? Nah, that's for pussies, Lester. I got this. Oh, frick, I didn't even notice that part. Yeah, they just divided by 0, didn't they? Anyways, folks, that's it for me. Enough from That's Tech, but like and subscribe if you like this stuff. Always appreciated, but more importantly, take care of each other. We may be all that we have.